welcome. This is my fiber-related vlog for Sweet Mountain Crafts. My name is Karista, and I'm going to be showing you all kinds of fun projects I've been working on. I've been away for a bit due to sickness and just the craziness of the holiday season, but I'm back and I'm looking forward to sharing with you all some of the fun things I've been working on. Hi Fiber friends! I am so glad that you're back here with me today. I do have a number of fun things that I've been working on, and as you can imagine, there's been a length of time that has passed since my last video upload, so there's lots that happened in between then and now. I certainly won't share all of it, but you might even hear my voice yet today. I still have a little residual from the colds that we had. We started probably with the flu, quite honestly, and then started having cold symptoms after the flu seemed to be done. So I have been genuinely sick for almost a month now, not with anything that'll really stop me or keep me from doing things that I love, but at the same time it has definitely slowed me down. So getting a podcast or any kind of video recorded for you all just wasn't in the cards. It has been Christmas already, and we had a fabulous day. So we got to enjoy Christmas at home just with kids. Unfortunately, our son that just got married, he and his bride weren't able to come visit us, which we missed them, but we got to spend some time at home just relaxing, some much needed rest time. It was so good. So today is a little bit more of that for me. I have a couple days off through this holiday season from my normal hours at the shop. And so I'm just working on some things as I can, including trying to get this video taken care of for you all. I love connecting with you guys, and I also have a giveaway winner that I need to announce. So be sure to hang in here with me, and I will announce the winner a little bit later in this episode. And in the meantime, I hope you have something fun to work on and that you enjoy seeing what I have to share with you all. Thanks for stopping by. Here is my Flax pullover by Tin Can Knits in progress. I am finishing up the tubular bind off on the top there using one of my own hand-dyed yarns. Just under it on the yoke is a yarn by Fiber Lily, and then getting ready to come out of my bag by Bags by Awesome Granny, a great sweater bag by the way, is some hand-dyed yarn of my own that I use for the main body of the sweater. I was super close to finishing this, and you'll see it done in an upcoming clip. Another fun project I've been working on is finishing up this pair of DK weight socks. I actually started this sock set last Christmas, and I know I have mentioned it a couple times on the podcast that I get second sock syndrome so bad where I am prone to finishing, if I do them individually, I finish one and it takes me forever to get to the second sock. I don't know why that is, but here I'm using a 9-inch circular needle. They're Chiao-Gu 3.25 millimeter or US 3, and I enjoy this method of knitting socks on occasion. I tend to find that I mostly only use the 9-inch circulars with DK weight. Here, the yarn that you're seeing is my Christmas is Coming colorway, and on the toe, that is one of the colors from Chicken Lady Fiber Arts from her advent a couple years ago for when she did popular games for Christmas. And I'm not sure that I remember which game that represents, but you can also see the stitch marker that's kind of dangling there. Also came from that set, or from that advent kit, and it is a Sorry piece from the game Sorry. This is a fun project, and I'm glad to be getting closer to getting those done at this point. And again, you're going to see the finished item a little bit later in the video. While I wasn't feeling the greatest, I would find projects that needed a little bit of finishing, but not necessarily a lot of thought, to try to put some extra finishing work into, including this Equinox shawl by Dole Valley Girl Knits. This is a beautiful pattern by Lisa that I have done before, and all that was needing done on it at this point was the picot bind off. So that's what I'm working on here. I happen to be wearing my Marshland sweater by Tin Can Knits that I finished quite a while back and is just super cozy. So when it's cold out and I'm not feeling good, I do find this is a sweater I grab for. In the background there, you can see we still have our wedding clothes hanging up because it was like life just took off and I didn't get them put away after getting them back from the cleaners. Since I continued not feeling the greatest, I decided to, one day at work, just spend a whole day weaving in ends in between helping customers. And at the same time I was watching podcasts, I happened to be watching Victoria Knits in the background there. And she's another podcaster out here in the Mountainous West. And it's so fun to have her be another podcaster that's not too far from me. She actually happens to mention me in this podcast, which was kind of fun and unexpected. But here I'm just weaving in the ends on my Equinox shawl, finishing that off. Here it is. You can see now ready for blocking. I did eventually get that blocked, although I don't know if I have a finished object photo of it yet. After that, I started finishing up. You can see I had a whole pile of projects that as I finished them, they would just go into a pile, and then I decided this was the time to finally weave in all those ends. So I don't normally do it that way. Typically, I will weave in ends as I go, but it just so happened that the fall's been busy. I just had a number of projects that had built up, and thankfully, it was an easy to do task while I didn't have a ton of energy for other things. So in this little bit of a clip here, you can see I did indeed get those socks, those Christmas socks done. And again, they'll show up a little bit later when I finally got to blocking them. I wanted to jump on here to be able to comment briefly about the upcoming photos you're going to see. I am participating in the Whodunit Mal with two sisters and some yarn. I'm so excited for this. It's a very fun and maybe a little silly mystery make-along that's happening with Amy and Denise. And so for that, when I heard that they were doing this, I reached out to Amy and said, would you mind if I participated by dyeing up yarn and putting together a little bit of a set that would go along with the knit along, or the make along, excuse me. And she said, sure, let's go ahead and do it. She already had at that point Mystery Mouse Yarns. Holly was already working on something very specific for the make along, and she had Liz Clothier working on a pattern for the make along, but she was happy to have me contribute as well. So thank you, Amy. I had fun. Oh, I had so much fun. As soon as I heard about this, I got excited about it. So I went to my local fabric store. Friends and Company Quilt Co. is a great fabric shop, and I was able to stop in there, pick out the fabric, and then I dyed the yarn based on the fabric that I used for the little pouches. So you're going to see the yarn in the dye pans. You'll then also see my entire complete kit that I put together, the whole set that I made, and then also the yarn itself. Now I'm at a point in the process that I'm no longer putting the kits together. I don't have time on my schedule right now to be able to sew up any more pouches. So I am only at this point selling the yarn set and the poison vial. So you'll also get to see my daughter helped me put together the poison vials. But I have had an opportunity to start knitting this set up. The sock set comes with a main skein and a coordinating mini. And again, you'll see some images of these a little bit more up close. This is a bit of a wreck. It's just been in my sock knitting bag, one that I made myself a while back. But this is the yarn, and this is how these socks are working up. And I'm so excited for this yarn. It's turned out so much better than I thought it would. Just sometimes these little inspiring moments are so fun for a small batch yarn dyer, because you can react to something very quickly and have flexibility to respond. And this is one of those moments that I just loved, and I jumped into and wholeheartedly embraced this opportunity to participate with everybody. So here is the beginning of Poison Vial, my sock set being knit up. I am working on my Chiaogu circular needles. This is a size 1, and I always do my socks toe up and 2 at a time when I can. So it is so much fun, and I hope any of you that have purchased this set also enjoy it. I have some pre-orders that came in just before Christmas. I will be dyeing those this upcoming week and getting those out hopefully very, very soon. And then the pre-order is going to stay open. The make-along begins on January 1st. So if you get a chance, you see this video and you're still interested in participating, be sure to find out information at Two Sisters and Some Yarn. I'll include their link in the show notes. And then also, if you're interested in buying my sock set, just know that pre-orders are still open and will remain open for a little bit yet. So if you're interested, stop on by and check those out. Again, all links will be in the show notes. So enjoy these images from my putting those sets together. I had this great yarn in my stash from Yarn at Home Mom. It is Sing a Joyful Song, and it's so Christmassy. It's got sparkle in it. It's just a very pretty yarn, but I know myself, when a yarn is 438 yards for socks, I wear through them so fast. So I decided to hold it double with Noble Character Crafts yarn in the colorway Joy. So isn't it fun that those two names go together so well? But Amy had dyed this colorway up, and as she was finishing up her dye business, this was for sale, so I made sure to grab some before she was completely gone from business. And then the two contrast colors there are some of my own hand dyed. I double checked the wraps per inch of a DK weight yarn, of another DK weight yarn, and then I, holding double, checked the wraps per inch of the yarns that I would be working with to make sure that I could get the right size for the socks that I'd cast on. I determined that it would be reasonable to go with my regular DK weight sock pattern, so here you can see me casting on for the toe using my contrast colors held double. My DK socks for myself or my daughter are always going to be a 42 stitch count. And then on these socks, I ended up doing 50 rounds for the foot and 45 rounds for the leg. You can see I did not make the same mistake I'd made with last year's Christmas socks, and I made sure to knit these simultaneously. So as I got a couple rounds done on one foot, then I'd go to the other, and vice versa, back and forth, just to make sure that I was advancing both socks around at the same distance at the same time. My dye studio gets used for a lot of things, including packing up orders, such as this order going out to Knitting McPurley. You guys have possibly seen these before. I have my own that I sell through Wyoming Yarn and Fiber, and then Devin has sold a number of these through Knitting McPurley. If you don't know Devin and Knitting McPurley, do know that I'll have a link in the show notes. But so many of these sock rulers have been made by my husband, and then I do the packaging and preparing to get them out to you all. So here is a visual of me getting the sock rulers all wrapped and ready to go. In this most recent order, I included a mug from Cody, Wyoming, and some other little goodies just because it was close enough to Christmas that I wanted to be able to include some things for Devin and her kids. So it was fun to add a little extra for them. From the red gauge swatch that I had been checking in the last little clip, I cast on and started working on my next project. Everything's being held in this fun Christmas bag from Susan of Delightful Works. She gifted me this bag a few years ago now, and I love it for the holiday season. I'm using a Barocco yarn called Talara, which is a baby llama content and is so soft. It's a chainette ply, so it's a little bit unique. It's a little harder to read the stitches, but it is so soft, and I'm really looking forward to the finished project that I'm making with this. Here I'll pop in a picture of what I'm working towards. This is the Morel vest, and it's just a super basic wardrobe staple that I thought would be really pretty in this red, because I was hoping to have it done by holidays. That didn't happen for holidays this year, but it will be great for next year. So, and being red, I can still wear it at other times. It's not holiday specific, but it will be something that I look forward to wearing around Christmas. I had this fun opportunity to go up hunting with my husband. This doesn't happen a whole lot for us because lots of times he's out hunting when I'm working, but it was a gorgeous day. It was just so beautiful, and I was so thankful to be out with him. Unfortunately, the only elk we saw were at too great a distance and in another hunt area, so he was not able to harvest anything that day, but the day was well spent, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity just to be able to be out in this gorgeous land, enjoying this time with my husband. I've been recording my little video clips in this one corner in my bedroom, and as you can probably tell from the lighting around me, it is getting later in the day. My voice is getting a little bit softer and fainter as the day wears on, so I think it's time for me to be done. But before I go, I need to make sure to announce my giveaway winner. So this is from the previous video that I posted. I said I would be drawing a winner for my Advent set this year. My set was called Winter Light, and it is a very wintry themed, cool colors set that I put together. This is not so much a Christmas set, so even though this is going to be going to this recipient after Christmas, it is a valid set and kit to have any time of the year, really, but definitely in the winter time. So with no further ado, here is the drawing. And you can see that Pat Ward is my winner. Congratulations, Pat. I'm so excited because as I read through your comment that you worked with my kit last year and just miss seeing this year's product go up for sale, it just warms my heart to know that you loved everything about last year's kit, but even more so that you took your finished object and shared it with a friend. So what a great thing that I now get to share with you this year's set. So Pat, be sure to get in touch with me and I will get this shipped out to you before too much longer. All right, I am definitely fading. It's time for me to get off and go and do other things. So I wish you all well at the tail end of 2023 here. Hope you have a fabulous beginning to 2024, and that as you start planning for all the fun things ahead, that you have so many great ideas in your fiber crafting. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.